YouTube influencers tick me off. Yes, you guys do. Especially John at JW's Dugout. I watch him a lot. I don't comment as much, but I'm going to start. And I'm going to tell you the reason why. He kind of got me all excited about Fred McGriff. You want me to show you something? These are all Fred McGriff cards. I bought this lot. I don't want to tell you how much. I'm going to tell you how much I paid for it. It's kind of embarrassing. It was $1. Some guy was selling off lots and lots and lots and lots of lots. One of which was McGriff. Another one was of Bagwell. I bought them both, $1 a piece. JW, John, look what you have done. I don't have room for this. Yeah, you know, I'm just messing with you. I don't hate you, but I tell you what, your latest VR, which I know I'm late for, and that's what I want. I want to start by just saying I'm sorry I'm late, but I just want to do this really quick. I just want to place blame on you for that. But actually, what I want to do is talk to you about the one card that set the whole journey for me in motion. And the reason I'm late is because I was going to do this VR and then I wasn't, and then I didn't have time because I had some other things going on, and it kept coming back because it's happened to me many times in this hobby. Whereas, how did I get started with this? Why did I start collecting these cards? And I can go back to the one moment in time where it occurred, where I started the itch, caught the fever, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be real quick as I can be. I'm with some friends. I have to be about 8 years old. I'm riding my bike to the store. We're going up there and we're buying candy and pop or whatever it is we did. And everybody was buying baseball cards. And I thought, well, I know about baseball cards, and that's a different story. But I thought I'd buy a couple of packs too. So I bought them. I didn't buy the same cards that they bought. I bought something different. And we went back to my friend's house. And there were about 4 of us, and we sat down in their garage. They kept their garage kind of clean because that's where the kids played and everything was going on out there. They didn't park their cars in there. So we were all sitting on the garage floor and opening our packs, and we're going through. And there was one card that I stopped and I was just amazed by. This is the one card that got me going. It's not something you think would do that. But remember, I'm 8 years old in this scenario. And I'm going to go through just a couple of things really fast with it because, like I said, I know I'm late for this VR, but I wanted to do this because, truthfully, I should have done it. I just kept talking myself out of it. But see if I can get it. There you go. That's the card. Not a 68 Aaron or Mays, not a 68 Mantle or a 68 K-Line. It was this. The R.G. Laughlin Fleer World Series card. I bought these, a few packs of them, and I loved them. My other friends bought some regular Topps cards. And we sat on the floor of that garage, and we traded cards, and we were laughing. And a friend of mine said he wanted this card, and I said, no, I'm going to keep this one. I think that was probably the reason I liked it so much, because somebody else wanted it. But why did this bring me into the hobby? I loved cartoons. I loved the Wacky Racers, which were out at that time. I loved all the Hanna-Barbera and Warner Brothers cartoons. I watched them all the time I could. I loved Scooby-Doo. Of course, who didn't love Scooby-Doo? And these were very much like those cartoons, and they brought me into baseball. Now, I'll show you some other ones here. These are some of the ones that I remember. So I brought them out. Check that out. That's a nice Lou Gehrig. Home Run Baker. I never heard of him before. This was just cool. This was a cool card when I was a kid. And then, of course, this was a Tiger card. Love that. I was enthralled with these cards. I'm sitting on the floor. I'm with my friends. I just paid, I don't know, probably close to 20 cents for all of these cards. I sat there and traded, and we laughed. We were chewing the gum. It's a memory that's going to stick with me until I stop collecting or die, or it's probably going to be the same day. And real quick, if you're interested in these cards, they were created by R.G. Laughlin, who did a lot of other cards too, and some of them, as you'll notice too, these World Series cards were the backs of the sticker cards from the 80s, like 1980. They were the backs. When you peel them off, you have a card left over. They made those the backs of the cards. I think they were in black and white at that time too. These cards you'll see have a brown background and a blue. Here's a blue one. That's blue. That's brown. They're both say 68 on the back. And I guess from what I understand, looking back on it now years later, it's kind of hard to complete that set. I have got a ton of these because I have collected them over the years. I have not assembled a set. Here are some more cards right now that you're familiar with R.G. Laughlin through Fleer. These cards, I'm not sure what these were from, but these were kind of like the backing, the back card to keep the rest of the cards safe from the fabric stickers from the early 70s. There were some other here that were a test issue. I think this Gehrig card was also a test issue. And that card up there with Smokey Burgess, that's a kind of a neat card. I don't have that one. These cards, and I can't stress it enough, were very important to me as a part of starting my hobby. In fact, I purchased some of the original artwork for these cards, and here it is. It's just a quick video. These are the plates that the cards were made from, and then they just they put the regular card next to it to show you what it is. I loved them. I still do. I have a few of these pioneers of baseball. There's a Jake Dobbin, and then, of course, Mordecai Brown, Three Fingers Brown. I've got some other ones, too. I just couldn't find them. But I wanted to do this VR because I talked myself out of it a couple of times, and it's important. It's important to find that card that means something to you, that defines who you are as a collector. And this one did. This one did it. Now, I have changed my focus. Of course I have. But I do love these cards. Now, I've got a bunch of them. I'm picking these up because they're still kind of, I guess I'm going to say fragile. If you'll notice something, can you see the curve to that? Curve to these? It's because I stuck these in my back pocket. I stick in my back pocket, ride my bike for the rest of the day, and then I would get home at night, and I'd take my cards out, and I'd put them on my dresser, empty my pockets, so my pants are ready for the next day, so I could start another adventure that might take me to the store to buy more cards. I do love these cards. They may be a little inappropriate these days, but I do love them. And these cards remind me of how simple it could be, how joyful they can be with the cartoons, and how they can give you a sense of history of the game. Sorry, I keep licking my lips there. My hands are seriously dry, but real quick, and then we'll be finished. It's trying to see who this is. Oh yeah, this is Grover Cleveland Alexander. I remember pulling this. When I got this card, I went, he's a president? The president played baseball? I didn't know. The Whiz Kids, I'd heard of them, but this was really cool. I really thought they were kids. I mean, that's cartoon as of a kid. Guys like Gil McDougall, who they're not mainstream people at that time. I got Art Neff, who was the focus of this card. Never heard of him. Here's Herb Pennock. Never heard of him either. These cards introduced me to a whole world of players outside of Ruth, Mays, Aaron, and I do appreciate it, and I love him, and I love these cards. And John, thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this, because truthfully, it gave me an excuse to pop these open and look at them again. Talk soon.